Yuri Tielemans to Arsenal. Thank you for watching Arsenal official television, and do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on anything Arsenal official television will have to bring to you. So I will bringing to you the latest about transfers, and if you need to know anything about transfers, anything that goes on in this transfer season, just make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as the latest we are definitely bringing to you is from the one and only Yuri Tielemans. So Yuri Tielemans definitely is going to be joining Arsenal. It's just very, and I can call it, but I should say it's definitely a done deal, because Yuri Tielemans has said he is very and more than okay to join Arsenal, and also his agent has also come out and said it's definitely the perfect decision. It's the right decision that has to be made, and we want to see how Arsenal are interested and why they are interested in signing this gentleman from Leicester. We need to see how this is definitely going to happen, and why we think that it's a very, very brilliant idea. Do you think this is a brilliant idea to sign this gentleman? Just let us know what you think about this gentleman, and we will be reading your comments in the comment section. Otherwise, how have you been doing? How has everything been? We need to let you know that this is Arsenal official television. Arsenal official television, bringing to you everything that you definitely need to know in this transfer season. Letting you know that Yuri Tielemans is definitely coming to Arsenal, and we are telling you that this is definitely a done deal. This is a done deal for Arsenal, and Arsenal has to use this chance to make sure that they take him, because he is also willing, and many people are in for him. Many clubs are in for this gentleman, and why is he a hot subject for many? So looking at Yuri Tielemans, we need to see his Premier League record, and why he's a very hot cake in the English Premier League, and why many clubs definitely need this gentleman. Looking at 2018-2019, he played 13 matches and had 3 goals and 4 assists and 2 yellow cards, and he didn't have a red card, and he's not had a red card either. Anyway, and looking at 2019-2020, he had 37 matches, 3 goals, and had 6 assists, 2 yellow cards, no red card at all. Looking at 2020-2021, he had 38 matches played, he had 6 goals scored, he had 4 assists and 6 yellow cards and 0 red cards. Then going into 2021-2022, and he has played 29 matches, scored 6 goals, he's had 3 assists and 2 yellow cards, then 0 red cards. Looking at EFL Cup, and he has in 2019-2020, he had played 5 matches, 2 goals and 2 assists. Then 2021, he played 2 matches, he has no goal, no assist, no yellow card, no red card. And looking at the Europa League, he has in 2020-2021 7 matches, no goal, 2 yellow cards. Then 2021-2022, he had 5 matches, 0 goals and 1 assist. FA Cup Community Shield, in 2021, he just played 1 match. So he's definitely a very, very good player. So he will be going to Arsenal very, very soon, and Arsenal are also looking forward to have this gentleman gentleman because he's one of the best football players in the English Premier League. You can let us know what you think about this player. You can let us know what you definitely think about this player. Yuri Tielemans, the Leicester superstar, is one of the best midfielders in the English Premier League, and the reason as to why he's considered one of the best is because his control of the ball in the midfield. He can play both the defensive midfield, and also he is able to play the attacking midfield, not forgetting that he can be a perfect center midfield, and he definitely can solve many problems for this club, for Arsenal. So if he's capable of solving the problems for Arsenal, why is Arsenal not having him? Why hasn't Arsenal had? Anyway, Arsenal tried before to take him in, but looks the timing was definitely not right then. So but we can confirm to you that right now he is the best person to get to Arsenal, because as you already know, he has tried his best to prove a point. He's tried his level best to prove a point in his career, being the fact that bringing the fact that he can play all roles. He can play the central midfield, he can be a center midfield, he can play attacking midfield, and he can play a defensive midfield. He can be a defensive midfielder. That only makes him one of the best perfect midfielders that Arsenal can ever sign. So Mikel Arteta came out and said if they have this gentleman in their corner, he will be able to solve some of the problems, because the midfield at Arsenal currently is not the best. And we also agreed, because looking at the midfield at Arsenal, it's not the best. So this could be a very brilliant idea, bringing him through. So this gentleman is a Belgian by nationality, is from Belgium, and is played for the Belgium football club and other not football club, national club, and he played for Anderlecht, where he was spotted by Leicester. When he was at Anderlecht, he played quite good football. Many clubs are after him, many clubs want him, but we can definitely tell you that, confirm to you that these clubs are definitely not having him. It's Arsenal who are having this gentleman. Arsenal is very, very, very interested in this gentleman. Arsenal say they have put 40 million pound for him. If there is a club that can beat that, we definitely think there's not many clubs that will beat the 40 million pound for this gentleman. What do you think? Do you think he's worth the 40 million pound, or you think it's gonna be there could be another club that is going to come and have him? So which part of the world are you watching from? Which part of the country watching from? Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on anything Arsenal official television has to bring to you, as we are telling you that Yuri Tielemans is definitely joining Arsenal from Leicester. And when he was asked, he said he's keeping his hopes alive because his dream team is Arsenal, and it's a good thing when a player is willing to play for a team that he supports, a team that he likes. That means he gives all he can. He gives the best he can for the club. What does that mean? That definitely means that he will definitely come and play as much as he can at his level best. He'll give in 100% to the club because he likes the club, and we are not very much surprised because he has been trying his level best to play for this big club, but him and his manager had not agreed upon this before. But it is now a very, very, very good news for Arsenal that they can definitely have this gentleman. This gentleman is one of the best English football players at the moment, Yuri Tielemans. So we need to see exactly why he is a hot sport. Why Leicester City star is one of the best Premier League and world midfielders. So a round of the two wins in 9 games in all competitions had laid all sorts of head-scratching, not a mention but a few worried mumblings about Brendan Rodgers and whether he might think 5th place, an FA Cup and a Community Shield was as much as he could realistically achieve at the King's Power Stadium last season. So, looking at this gentleman and his ability to play, will Mikel Arteta be able to fit him in this Arsenal squad? Because we are also looking at because Mikel Arteta is looking at a few more football players, strikers, now that he's been given green lights for signing. He's been given green lights for signing Raheem Sterling and also Gabriel Jesus. Does that mean that a combination of Gabriel Jesus, I think one of them could come? Being realistic, he might not be able to sign both parties. He might not be able to sign to bring both of them, but at least one of them could come. So the combination of Yuri Tielemans and either Gabriel Jesus, or if not Gabriel Jesus, let me say the attacking that is there. When we say Bukayo Saka, if Bukayo Saka plays with Yuri Tielemans and Bukayo Saka, Smith Rowe, and we have this backup, and Arsenal has this backup. It's not a backup even, he will just come strong like just never before. That definitely means that it's going to be good news for Arsenal. It's going to be great news for Arsenal, because a combination of Raheem Sterling, if Raheem Sterling is on board, if Raheem Sterling comes and plays, and Raheem Sterling makes the combination with Yuri Tielemans and these young lads who need guiding, the young lads, Bukayo Saka, Smith Rowe and Eddie Nketiah, definitely it's going to be massive. It's going to be very, very good. Good football is going to be displayed, and Arsenal could be one of the best clubs in the English Premier League if these signings are definitely made. Because the combination, when you look at how these lads play, they only need need a mature forward. Arsenal need a mature forward whom they are trying their level best to have. They are going on to make sure they get a good forward. If they get this a good forward like Raheem Sterling or Gabriel Jesus, that means a good midfielder is also needed. And remember, a good midfielder is needed, but also Tielemans is multi-purpose. We need to understand that Tielemans is multi-purpose. He can play midfield thoroughly. He can play defensive midfield. He can play attacking midfield, and he can also be a center midfield. I'm telling you, Tielemans is definitely one of the best that Arsenal will have. There is nothing that can be said to convince any player and any fan that Tielemans is not fit for Arsenal. He's one of the fittest lads for the job. He's one of the best lads who will have the job, make the job perfect at Arsenal. And if you believe this, put down in your comment section, tell me what you think. If you don't believe that he should be at Arsenal, it's alright, it's okay. You can also let me know what you think. But definitely me what I think. I think Tielemans definitely needs to be at Arsenal, and this is going to be a very wise move for Arsenal. Very wise move, because Edu saluted the gentleman, and Edu said this is the person we've been looking for in the midfield, because we're not going into a mediocre. We're not going into a mediocrity at all. We need he said we need results. Edu said they need results. So results at Emirates will also come in at a big cost, with a lot of money being put in, because Stan Karionki has said this time he doesn't want riots at all. Stan Karionki has said no riots are needed at Arsenal. Absolutely, he wants to put in the money. So if he puts in the money and these players are bought, that means Arsenal, watch my words, that means Arsenal could be a contender of the English Premier League title next season. Right about now, as Arsenal is performing, it's not performing bad, but Arsenal need much better players, players who will take Arsenal to the next level, players who will take Arsenal to the English Premier League title, players who will take Arsenal at the Champions League comfortably, not just in the fourth position, but having won or just in the first position in the English Premier League. And this is definitely possible, because if all these players that we are talking about, that Arsenal is talking about, buying, come, if they come, that definitely means it's going to be very good for Arsenal, and the results are going to come on table. It will be very good results for Arsenal. Tielemans is one football player that I've liked, that he's been consistent in his gameplay, very disciplined. He's never had a red card entirely in his career. I will repeat this. Tielemans has never had a red card in his entire career. What makes a footballer, English Premier League footballer, one of the best? Discipline. Discipline is paramount for a footballer. Already talent, he's talented. I can tell you, I can confirm to you that Tielemans is definitely one of the best. He's very talented, with no doubt. With no doubt at all, no blink of an eye, no doubt at all. He's one of the biggest, one of the best talented, one of the most talented players. And that should be backed up with discipline. He's very disciplined, opens his options, keeps his options open, and keeps on moving forward, keeps on going forward. And that is definitely what Arsenal need. Arsenal need good footballers, disciplined footballers, and needs good strikers, midfielders. Defensive is okay. There's Ben White in the defense, that makes it definitely fine, and the goalkeeping section is definitely okay. Smith Rowe is doing a perfect job down there. So the combination of these midfielders, good goalkeeper, good defense, and massive striking lane will make Arsenal one of the best clubs in the history of football next season, because as we already know that the manager is doing a very big job. When we look at the results when he came here, Arsenal was almost going to relegation. When we look at the results, Arsenal was not doing well at all when the manager came here, but he's done quite a lot. And when he puts his tactful hands, to a young player, young lad, 25 years old, Belgium international, Yuri Tielemans, it will be massive. It will be very, very good. It will be massive for Arsenal. Arsenal is going to have a very good time. I'm telling you, Arsenal is definitely going to have a very good time. And there will be no competition, because it will be one of the best in the English Premier League. Mikel Arteta is not, with no doubt, one of the best in the English Premier League. Undoubtedly, Mikel Arteta, I give him thumbs up. He should be the next manager for maybe 5 years or more, or much more, because he's doing a perfect job right now, grooming young players. It's not about just bringing old players and putting them in and scoring a few goals, making big money for the club, and these players are not performing. No, that's not what we need. Arsenal need young players, young talent, players like Smith Rowe. You can see how these players like Tielemans, Yuri Tielemans, Tielemans, these players always come with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of expectations. They want to prove the world. These young players want to prove the world that they are world class. They are looking for something much better than the old players who have made it in life. Because old players, if they just score a goal, I will just go in the news everywhere, and that's it. And just one goal, and they'll just keep on in that, just try. They are not improving themselves. They are just stagnant. Whereas young players like Eddie Nketiah, young players like Smith Rowe, young players like Bukayo Saka, and now the just joined player, the one who is looked at massively, Yuri Tielemans. Definitely, I'm telling you, it's going to be perfect. These young players are the way to go. These young players give their best. They always try their best. These young players give their best for the club. It's been tested. It's been tested. This theory has been tested and it's worked. It's a worked, tested theory. Players who are young like Tielemans, who still need to prove the world that they are much better and they can do much more better than they already are doing. The fact that they are ready and very happy to play and coordinate with the manager, very disciplined, listen to the manager, not players like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang who did not agree with the manager, and because of this, things happened. Things didn't go on well at Arsenal because he already knew he's a big player. He can find football. He can play football at any club whatsoever. I'm telling you, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang knew he can play football at any club, anywhere. And that is why he couldn't go on. That's why that's one of the biggest reasons as to why he didn't perform at Arsenal. But if you bring in young lads, I'm telling you, if you bring in young lads like Yuri Tielemans, it's definitely going to work for Arsenal. We don't need big players. No, not at all. We're not looking at 5-star football players. We are looking at bringing in these young lads, training them how to play international football, good football, Premier League football, how to win trophies, teach them, and they make it in life, and the club will be happy with them, building them. And looking at earlier football, leave alone modern football. I'm not saying modern football is not okay, but looking at earlier, the days of Arsene Wenger, who when he was at the top, what Arsenal used to do is bring in these young lads and grow with them, put them to a big, massive, a very good level. But things didn't go on well after, because it was these big players who brought problems. We don't need big players in Arsenal. Arsenal doesn't need big players at all. Arsenal needs young players, players who are focused, players who are willing and able to play for the team, players who are yearning, players who are hungry for success. That's what Arsenal needs, and that's what any club in the English Premier League needs, especially Arsenal. Arsenal needs these young lads, these young players. He's one of the best players that Arsenal can sign. And if Arsenal miss out on this will be definitely something bad for Arsenal. Edo needs to sign this gentleman. Edo needs to make sure this gentleman is signed, and Mikel Arteta has already agreed. He knows the reality. He knows how best these football players can be, how best these young football players can be. Looking at people who need this gentleman, very many clubs are looking at him, like Sevilla needs him, but Sevilla might not get him because it's already a 40 million pound that has been placed on him. 40 million pound has been placed on this gentleman. If you have more than that, possibly you could have chances. But Arsenal is willing and more than willing to pay him even much more money than that. And this is a very brilliant and a very good move. So, looking at Yuri Tielemans to Arsenal is definitely the perfect move that any club can do. And we will be happy when this gentleman comes to Arsenal because he's a goal-scoring machine. Though he's a midfielder, he just won't sit down and just see strikers moving on or messing up. That's not his mode of play. No, when he sees strikers not doing enough, Yuri Tielemans just moves on and goes to the striking section and hunts for a goal. Very hungry lad. I like this gentleman. Very hungry lad. He goes on into the striking lane and looks for a goal where there is no goal. He won't be just saying him just a midfielder. He's not just a midfielder. He can be an attacking midfielder who scores goals. And when he sees the beautiful bit about it, when he sees things not working well in the defense, he goes to the defense and does as much as he can. Defends just like any defender could do, and plays his role as a midfielder well and perfect, nice and neat, well clean. I like this gentleman, and this is definitely the way to go for Arsenal. Arsenal do not have to sign big players, as I told you. There's no need of signing big players. No, these players are hungry, and the reason as why they are hungry for success. And what's Arsenal looking for? Arsenal is looking for success. Get them players young, get these young players, put them on the squad, give them a chance, and things will be better for the club. Stan Karionke said it's okay for him. He's ready to release the money as long as the players are okay and they are making money sense, and which I can understand for a football club owner. Because at the end of the day, he wants it to be realistic for him to make a little bit of money sense. So both parties also have to be happy. And when you look at him, he's not so expensive. He's not very expensive. Yuri Tielemans is not very expensive. No, he's just a very young football player, a very young talented football player who wants to show the world that he is much better. He is underrated, and he is definitely the one fit for the Arsenal job. So Arsenal will be definitely happy to have this gentleman, and we will definitely let you know how things are running, how things are going for this gentleman and this transfer season. So, make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on anything Arsenal Official Television has to bring to you. We bring to you the latest in transfers, every transfer rumor, everything about these transfers. We make sure that you do not miss it, and I'm telling you, all that you need to do is to subscribe so that you do not miss out on anything Arsenal Official Television has to bring to you. The home of transfers, the home of everything. And when the specialist, the sporting specialist, transfer specialist was, when the transfer specialist was contacted about Yuri Tielemans, guess what he said? Fabrizio Romano said he is definitely one to be signed, one of the best players that Arsenal will have, one of the best midfielders that Arsenal can ever sign. And looking from the days when Arsenal was much better than now, it's these young lads who definitely put the mark on. These young lads definitely. Arsenal, looking at Arsenal's squad right about now, very good young players, and that's what is definitely needed. Although we can't skip out that a few of the old players who have experience also are needed. They are needed. A few, I'm saying, quote me right, a few of the players who are experienced are needed to guide the young players, but the club should be a majority of young players who are yearning for success, who are ready to show how successful they can go, how success can attribute to this team, an Arsenal team. So Thank you for watching, and make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on anything as official television has to bring to you. Which part of the world are you in? Which part of the country are you in? And make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, and make it a point that you do not miss out on anything that we are dedicated to bringing to you, as we're telling you that is Daniel Yuri Tielemans to Arsenal. Yuri Tielemans definitely wants to go to Arsenal, and we are telling you that this is the right time for him to go to Arsenal. And if both parties remain happy, it will be a side deal, because he's definitely saying for him, he has no problem absolutely joining a big club like Arsenal. And the mere fact that he is in a smaller club than Arsenal, he also wants to experience, because looking at the clubs he's played for, Anderlecht, not, it's a good club, but not as big as Arsenal. So it will be yet another experience for him, and it will be a very good experience for the club. Which part of the club are you? Which part of the world are you watching it from? Which part of the country? Just make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as we are letting you know that's a done deal. Tielemans is definitely coming to Arsenal, and all parties, if all parties agree, if both parties are happy, it will be a done deal. And not forgetting about everybody who has spent a little bit of time with us. We tell you we love you, and right about now we're saying goodbye and thank you.